Hi guys! So in the last video I was talking about the reasons why you should make a webcomic, and in this one I'm gonna sort of give you some tips and tricks, nothing too in-depth, but just like the very basics to make your characters and start writing. So firstly, you have to think of the type of webcomic you want, obviously. There's a lot of different kinds, and of course you don't have to stick with like the rules, but in general, there's the standalone humor type of webcomic, such as Turd. It's pretty much just like one joke. There's no continuation of a story between like each comic that you release. And yeah. The other type is the sort of diary or slice of life kind of thing. For example, art by Moga, and her webcomic is Life with Her and Her Partner, and it's humorous as well, but it's a lot more personal, I guess. I mean, it's about her life. I hope you can see the distinction that I'm not able to describe. For some reason, like, I can't speak today. It's so weird. But anyway, the last type of webcomic that I wanted to talk about is the narrative story type. So, like it says, it's a story that you want to get out that's not really about your life, and it's not like a standalone thing, it's continuous. For example, Long Exposure, a wonderful comic about two boys that get magical powers, and they have a crush on each other, and it's a really good webcomic. You should go read it. After you have kind of a thought, after you have a single thought, after you have an idea of what you want your webcomic to be about, you can start thinking about the characters. One thing you can do is create like an avatar of yourself, like I mentioned her last time, but Sarah Anderson from Sarah Scribbles has her little avatar, and she's very recognizable. She's always wearing the same shirt. So, and it's a very simple kind of figure. So that's kind of what you have to keep in mind when you're designing your character. They should be simple, so they're easy to draw. They should be recognizable. Maybe design exactly what they're going to be wearing and just keep them in that one outfit and one hairstyle or whatever. So as you're thinking about your character and sketching them, of course, try different things out on them, like different styles, maybe different clothes or hairstyles than what you originally imagined. You never know like what you're gonna like. And oh, another thing to keep in mind sort of is the shape of the character. You don't have to, obviously, but this is another sort of tip. If your character has a lot of circles in its design, like it's very round, it's going to be seen as a happy, bubbly character. And if your character is a lot more square or rectangular in shape, they're going to be seen as stable. Lastly, if your character is very triangular and very angularly shaped, they're going to be seen as untrustworthy or the bad guy. Again, they're not hard and fast rules. You don't have to stick with them, but it's a good guideline, I think. Think about the setting as well. It doesn't have to, I mean, it could be like a definite setting, especially if you're doing a narrative kind of webcomic, but the setting can also be just like a time period, like, for example, Rock and Riot. Look at it and tell me that doesn't just look like 50s. And Lackadaisy, set in the 20s. It doesn't have to be like precise like that. It can also be like just modern day, and it's something to keep in mind while you're drawing your comic. Here's some more examples of like character designs that are very simple and memorable. This character is from, I think think it's called Soppy by Philippa, and it's very like just black, white, and red, very simple, and it sticks with you. Also, this particular comic artist, I know you've seen them, and their weird little bee character, bug thing, that's like really cute. I would say their name, but I do not know how to pronounce this. When it comes to writing, I like to do at least the narrative type webcomic that I have. I'll do it in like a script or screenplay kind of way, where it's mostly dialogue and like, so it's like the character's name and then like their dialogue, and any explanation of like where they are and what they're doing would be in like a little paragraph before or after, usually before actually. So I keep it really simple because I'm not a great writer. But you do what you want. And when it comes to like my standalone humorous kind of comics, I'll just jot down ideas all the time, and like they don't have to make sense to anyone but me. And for that, I recommend that you carry around like a little notebook or sketchbook, because once you start like thinking about ideas, you can't really turn it off, and you'll get ideas all the time, and you need to write them down or you'll forget them. Trust me on that. So I'm not going to get into like writing tips, because there's whole things dedicated to that, like so many things dedicated to that. Anyway, that's that for this video, and in the next one I'm gonna sit down and like show you guys exactly my process of both my narrative webcomic, which is Tea and Spirits, and also a traditional type of comic that I do, which is just like a humorous standalone type of me and my girlfriend. So I'll show you kind of how I do both. Please come back for next time, because I promise I'm a better visual teacher than a speaker teacher. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye! Say bye, Mountain! Mountain! Say bye!